Oh, what's up? On today's episode, I'm talking to Butthead. Yep, you heard that right, Butthead. He's one of the new co-owners of a project called Buttheads, which launched last year with a free mint and has been sitting at a price of 0 since then. Him and his co-owners took over the project about a month ago, and since then they've been on a tear, even partnering with everyone's favorite butt wiping company, Dude Wipes, on a giveaway. We talk about how Butt Daddy got involved in the NFT world, how him and his co-owners took over the project, and their plans for the future. It's a really interesting talk, especially if you're interested in the world of CPG and NFTs. So, why wait? Cue the intro.
You think it's funny to take screenshots of people's NFTs, huh?
I don't think people understand when something comes along that changes the world.
Action. Alright, welcome to NFT Deep Dive. Today I'm talking to Butt Daddy, one of the co-owners of the NFT project Buttheads. What I really find fascinating is that instead of starting this project from scratch, he actually acquired it with a group of co-owners. We're going to talk about that process, how Butt Daddy got involved in the NFT world, how they acquired the project, and their partnership with Dude Wipes, which is super cool seeing the CPG and NFT worlds collide, and then where they're going with the project. So, Butt Daddy, great to have you on the podcast.
Thank you for having me. It's very exciting. Been trying to get this in the works for the last 2 weeks since Dude Wipes launched, and happy to be here.
Yeah, it's awesome to talk to you. Also, the first time I'm talking to someone who's not doxxed and I'm not referring to them by their name. So that's definitely an interesting little thing that happens in the NFT world that doesn't really happen outside of it. So we'll see how that goes. But it's awesome to have you here.
Thank you. Well, that's the beauty of the NFT world, right? It's all about your virtual identity. Uh,
Exactly.
and I'm proud about my virtual identity as Butt Daddy. And listen, I don't know. The latest news is the Bored Ape ownership. Uh,
Yeah, they just got doxxed like a week or two ago, right? On in the news story. What was it, BuzzFeed?
yep, and they were pretty successful as remaining as undoxed characters. So who knows? But yeah,
So actually, before we even dive in, I maybe like quickly let's talk about the whole doxing thing. So I know certain projects, the owners or the people behind it, they actually prefer to be known, so people know exactly who they are. Other projects have owners who are kind of hiding their identity, so they're more anonymous. What's your take on that, and why are you choosing to remain anonymous?
I mean, it's a great question. It's really a matter of keeping, and then that's why I mentioned it before. It's a matter of keeping, my metaverse identity separate from my personal identity. Given that the NFT world and the metaverse world really came on the scene as of last year, so did my virtual identity. So up until this year, I felt it was best to separate my business dealings with my in real life universe, and then try to create my own identity, which is what I feel like the metaverse is so special for. Um, in the metaverse, because I kind of want to represent myself in two different fashions, and I do want to say I do respect and understand why community members and people who buy into a project want to know uh, who the owners are and a little bit about them, and it just kind of creates that trust. So I'm trying to do that in the form of through my virtual identity, and who knows, maybe one day I'll jump to the other side, but
Makes
that's
sense. For now, you have basically two different lives, and you get to enjoy them separately, and then maybe you'll link them up in the future. So from that, let's jump into how did you get involved in the NFT world, and how long have you been involved in the space?
sure. So it all started last March. A great friend of mine by the name of Benjamin Cohen. He's not doxxed.
I was gonna say they're not doxed. Okay.
Not doxxed. I mean, he's a very well educated, well diverse personality and an investor in the Web3 world. He's actually just starting his own fund. Um, and he introduced me to Board Ape Yacht Club. Well, to just back up a bit, I was heavily involved in Top Shot, which I don't think gets enough credit in this industry for being the catalyst and onboarding people on the whole uh, blockchain slash right click save mentality, which is hard to understand when you first started with Top Shot.
It was definitely a crucial step in terms of kind of bringing on mass adoption that we've seen happen over the last 12 months, I would say.
Exactly. So, yeah, I mean, I was honestly very successful with Top Shot. Obviously, from then till today, my portfolio is not as successful, but it's okay because they onboarded me to the NFT scene. Made me, like I said, made me understand, the how valuable and how futuristic NFTs could be. I got introduced to Bored Ape Yacht Club in March. I've held my ape from March till today. I actually still have my full collection, and it really
You
started.
have more than one the way that you got at the time?
Well, I've had more than one throughout my time, um, but the first ape I ever bought, I've held. It's, I guess we could call it your forever ape or your forever NFT, and I still hold the dog that I got through it. I still hold the mutant, and it's a collection I see passing on to my kids. And that's what got me started. And given that I was in it from last March, I grew with the Web3 world, and I've seen the way projects have developed. I've seen Bored Ape Yacht Club, go from an infant baby to a behemoth that it is today. Um, and all that time is just shown, giving me the education to see how to develop a project the right and proper way. And
How much were the apes when you first got them? That was the one they were first minting, or you got it right on the like kind of after that on the secondary?
so I would love to flex and say that I got it when it was minting, but I got it right after the mint at 0.4 ETH.
So I think you still did okay for yourself.
Yeah, I definitely did okay, and it's. I mean, it really taught me so much to hold on to this, and it really, gave me the diamond hands that I have today, and that's what I'm known for, and around me and my friend group, and that's where it all started.
So with the apes, as you've held since the last year, have you participated in any events that you've benefited from being a holder, or has it purely so far been kind of an asset that's gained value?
All the above. I obviously have been, very integrated into the Board Ape community. I've connected with people off of the Discord, talking about, some of their offshoot projects. Talking about and as given that we were so early, we were kind of creating relationships and talking about other NFT projects that were getting on the scene. And then, given that I live in New York City, when NFT NYC happened, it was just pretty much meeting up with all those friendships and connections and ape friends and having a blast at Ape Fest and going for dinner and lunch with all the wonderful people in the ape community, and it really really went a long way from 0.4 ETH, and forget about the monetary side of things, just the connections and love and friendships that came about from last March.
What do you think's more valuable right now in terms of just having like a person like for your network and everything, a degree from Harvard or having an ape?
Wow, that's a tough question. If you ask me what I would want today, I would want a degree from Harvard
Mm-hmm.
because
I mean, means a lot coming from someone who's a holder of an ape. So
I, listen, it is more rare to have an ape if you look at the statistics, I guess.
definitely.
Um, but who knows? I mean, Harvard having the doors could open in Harvard in so many different directions, but only the future would tell how many doors will open from the apes. A lot is open, but I think from year to date, more doors could have been open if I had a Harvard if I graduated from Harvard. So.
We'll see how that holds up over the next 12, 24, 36 months, because I think like as we've seen, that community just keeps getting stronger and stronger with high profile people entering it, which you basically wouldn't have access to without being a holder. So, as they say, your network is your net worth. So I think it's going to be an interesting kind of development to watch.
What about yourself? What would you choose?
I think right now I would probably choose I mean, it's a hard one, I would say. So I guess it comes down to how having an ape almost opens yourself up to really good networking, regardless of what you do. Where having a Harvard degree, you really would have had to work really hard at Harvard to build that network. And while it does open doors, I think a lot of that relies on your network that you've built while there. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll go with the ape right now. I think that in terms of just social culture, if you leverage that and you really work off of having that asset, I think it can be an interesting opportunity. But it's still early, so definitely it's a hard thing to choose.
Sure, and also
Yeah.
I just want to mention, I mean, the Web3 world obviously lives on Twitter, um,
Yep.
and I don't think. Yes, it sucked to see Twitter sell themselves out and have Twitter Blue for everyone to have a hexagon to verify their NFT, but I don't think it gets a real recognition for when you do own a blue chip NFT and you reach out to someone or you send a tweet or you send a DM. I mean, it's and you have an ape as a hexagon, it
So
automatically automatic
you
automatically get a foot through that door, and having that foot for certain people you want to reach out to just goes a long way. And it's very cool. I don't think Twitter got enough appreciation and recognition since they did that whole NFT verification. So, but
Yeah, it was definitely like I feel like a
it was
even within the NFT community, some people loved it, some people hated it, but it's undoubtedly that having an ape as your profile picture, especially if it's a verified picture and they can actually connect it to you, is a huge door opener. Huge, like yeah, it's people definitely. I mean, it's the new Rolex, it's the new Ferrari, and people do find value in kind of the flex,
oh
as
yeah,
we like to say.
oh yeah,
Cool. So you had an ape. You've been involved pretty much for the last year as an early investor there, had a huge return. Then you ended up actually acquiring an NFT project, Buttheads, which we're going to be talking about. So how did that come to be? Let's talk first. How did you hear about Buttheads? And how early did you hear about it? How much earlier than when you actually ended up acquiring it?
sure. So my other good friend Maurice from Avex Capital, you could find him on Twitter. He's the first one to bump into Buttheads. Just to backtrack a bit, I have a close knit group of friends, best friends that we grew up with since childhood, who's been on the NFT scene since last February. We all bought apes together, and then we've obviously become a family since, growing throughout the summer, throughout the NFT boom. So we all bumped into Buttheads. We thought it was so cool, so funny, so different. The art was honestly so creative, awesome. They did such a good job, and we all bought. And the founder was very communicative in the Discord. Community was, it wasn't as crazy as you see Discords are today on these new projects, on these new hot projects. But there was there. People were talking. People were loving it. People were butting around, and we all bought our fair share, 20, 30, 40. Some of us had 50.
Was this before? This was not during the mint. You guys found them on the
Yeah, so
secondary already.
mint was free.
Okay.
Yeah, so most of us did actually mint our butts, and a lot of us bought it, I guess, right after the mint. But we definitely had probably the 11 with the 11 friends we have in the group, we probably owned, up to 150 to 200 butts. Um,
And their total is 8,888, correct?
Correct. So yeah, so I mean, we owned a lot. Because we just genuinely thought it was different and cool and funny. And it's really down to earth. I mean, it just says, you know what? It's people don't have to take this space so seriously, and it's awesome. So then, as time went on, obviously we were focusing on a lot of different things, and we saw the Butthead engagement decline. And became really the only ones in the Discord that were really speaking, and we saw things go south. So we spoke to the owners, and we offered them to buy out the project. They respectfully declined, and I just want to mention that the owners are fabulous. I believe it's a three-man team, the developer, the artist, and another developer. Unbelievable people. They respectfully denied our offer. We were okay with it. We had our price. That was the price. We weren't going to go more than that. And we held through. And the Butthead community engagement kept on declining throughout the last couple of months. And yeah, one day, one of our friends get a text from the previous owner saying, "Let's make a deal."
Cool. So initially, when you bought it, it was more of an investment kind of standpoint, or were you buying it because you saw that there was a cool community and some utility behind it?
Well, at the time, there's actually no utility. It was just a bunch 8,888 buttheads. Actually, they did have the shit token, but that's not something we were gonna get involved with just for
Shit token.
shit token. Yes,
Okay.
they developed a token around their butts. If you hold the butts, it develops shit tokens. But for legality reasons, that's something that we were not going to get involved with.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, we bought the project with no utility. Um, yes, it's an investment. Anything you require, money out of the pocket is an investment. But at the same time, we wanted to also make it a fun project for us as the community. As the ownership group as a whole, we're talking about 7 to 10 different people. Just as a fun, awesome, we all just family oriented project, and we wanted to rebuild this project. And this is our motto: with laughter and love. And yes, people are becoming impatient because it's taking, it's over time. But at the same time, this was such a sudden transaction. I mean, they contacted us, let's make the deal. We made the deal within 24 hours. And yeah, next thing we know, the company got transferred to us through all the different outlets, and we met.
How did that happen? So the actual acquisition of a project. How do you take over ownership of a project from somebody else? Do they send you the account that it's linked with, or how does that actually work?
It's really it's so simple. I mean, maybe it's simple because this project was, not there was not too much going on, but it was just pretty much getting on a Zoom call with the owners, transferring ownership to all the social for all the social feeds. So that's Discord, and it was a huge advantage that they already built out the Discord. They already had mods. We onboarded some more mods, but the Discord was very well built. Um, we wish that the Twitter following was a bit more. I mean, when we acquired it, I think it was like 1,400, which is pretty weak in the Web3 world. Instagram
I mean,
follow.
it depends, I guess, if they're 1,400 engaged people or if it's just like bots and a lot of BS. Because you have pages now that have like 50,000 followers, but if they're all bullshit, then having a few thousand actually devoted people plays is worth a lot more.
Well, yeah, I mean, you got to realize this. They had a free mint, so 8,888 people. They sold out, which is, I think, still an accomplishment, even though it was a free mint.
Was there a limit to how many you can get at the free mint?
Yes. No, there's no mint,
No,
but
you could have got like
given,
as
given
many.
the, yeah, but given the gas fees, there's people always have to,
Mhm.
stop somewhere. Um, so yeah, I mean, they didn't really do a huge marketing push once they sold out, and we really had to rebuild the company. There was a huge, huge, huge wall of butts to get from 0 to 0.01, and it was a lot of work. And the community, and this is something we're going to speak about in the spaces tonight, and it's not the community's fault, but I mean, this all happened within 24 hours, where we got contacted, we jumped on a call the next day. They transferred the contract to us, which is very simple. One of the developers on our end handled it with the developers on their end, so I don't really know the technicality of that. And they made us co-owner on OpenSea, to sell the project and for us to get the royalties. And it was as simple as that. And within 2 hours of a Zoom call, the project was ours.
Cool.
And
So
we
pretty straightforward process.
we had to make a huge marketing push to really get the ball rolling, and it worked. It worked to some capacity. We're still trying.
Yeah, so I know recently you guys partnered with Dude Wipes. So I first found out about the project actually was via LinkedIn. Sean Riley, who's the CEO of Dude Wipes, made his profile picture a Butthead. He posted about the project, and it's really interesting seeing a CPG company, especially like it's a butt wipe company, entering the kind of in the NFT space. So I'd love to hear about how that came to be.
Sure. So I mean, the Dude Wipes and the Butthead community really, took their initiative to get it done. To be completely honest with you, one of the members, Steven, tweeted at Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes jumped on it. When we
Was
acquired,
this before you guys acquired the project when the tweets happened?
they were tweeting at each other. The previous ownership was exchanging emails. It didn't really go anywhere. And to backtrack, when we acquired the company, day one we acquired. Day two we reached out to Dude Wipes. Day three we got on a call. I mean, that was our first, step, and that was our best move right off the bat to really, get the community back rumbling and, back to make it as engaged as possible and as awesome as possible, was taking that opportunity and running with it.
How
And
did you reach out to Dude Wipes? Like I get that you guys were tweeting at each other, but actually setting up the meeting, did it go from Twitter, or did you have some previous connections with the company that you relied on?
yeah, so we actually had their emails. So we reached out introducing the new ownership. They emailed us back right away, and we ran with it. And the Sean and his marketing team and his web development team, Ryan, they're awesome. They worked with us. They put their best foot forward on trying to be a value add in this Web3 world. Anything they could have done, they did. And actually, they're the ones who ran the back end for the giveaway, which is something that they do on a monthly basis. They do these amazing giveaways. So they said, let us run the giveaway. Let us, we have a infrastructure landing page for giveaways, and
It's
we'll
a
do it.
beautiful landing page too. People, I'll link it obviously in the bio, but it
Yeah.
looks super nice. And so I don't have it open here, or actually I do. So people could win up to like the grand prize is 1 Ethereum, 1 year supply of Dude Wipes, and then 3 Buttheads NFTs with a rare one. And there's basically 3 prizes. So first, second, and third kind of place. And so, who's the ether? The Buttheads are coming from you. The Butt Wipes are coming from Dude Wipes. Who's putting up the Ethereum? Is that like a collaboration between the two of you? Is Dude Wipes doing it, or are you guys doing that?
Correct. It's a collaboration between the both of us. We're splitting the cost.
Cool, got it.
And,
And so, yep.
and Sean, and I just want to say, Sean was so down to do whatever he can to show off his butt. I mean, he has his own exclusive honorary butt, and I mean, if he could just hang it up, I'm assuming if he could have hung it on his face, he would have. He just loved it, and he ran with it. And we didn't even ask him to put it as PFPs on any of the social networks. He just wanted it, all of it, and he did
So
it.
he's definitely doing a great job with publicity, because that's how I found out about it, was because he made his profile picture a Butthead, and I was like, oh, cool, Dude Wipes are launching an NFT, and then it turned out that you guys are partnering with them.
Of
So that's
course.
amazing. And so when is that? Do you know the date when that's ending, the giveaway?
Yes, I believe it's February 22nd. I don't want to give the wrong date, but yes, it is within the next 2
I'll
weeks.
link it in the bio, the correct date, with everyone with the link, and you guys should totally enter, because it's a cool giveaway. Dude Wipes are awesome. Buttheads are cool. So, a little match made in the toilet, as they say.
221 it ends. So let's get some more entries, because we want
221.
we want to get these butts out.
And so with the giveaway right now, you guys are collecting emails, and then those emails are going to Dude Wipes, or are Buttheads also getting those emails? Is it like a split between the two?
So the value add for Dude Wipes was that they were gonna, get more emails for the subscription list, which, from a branding perspective, that's gold.
Super important.
And then our value add was to get their subscribers, so their current subscribers. So they blasted this giveaway to their current subscription list to get eyes out on Buttheads, to show the Butthead community that, we are serious. This new ownership is making moves. We are collabing with a serious, awesome brand. And as well as get a follower count. I mean, like I said, we really, when we acquired this brand, it was 1,500 followers. It was extremely, extremely low. And part of the giveaway was following us, retweeting us, getting eyes on us. And it worked. We doubled
How
up.
long have you guys had the brand at this point?
So we're probably almost a month from last week. So
Cool. Wow. So right now the Twitter's sitting at like 3,700. So it looks like you guys have pretty much doubled the follower count in just that 1 month.
yes, and this is all organic, and we never took out a dollar from royalties. We kept on reinvesting it in the company. Maybe one day you'll own a project, and if you do, you'll realize how much spam comes your way for these people who want to just promote.
I already see that with having a podcast in this space. Anytime I post, I'll get like 10, 15, 20 comments, and they're all just like shilling bullshit promoting. They're like, oh, this page, that page, this page, and I'm like, okay, guys.
Yeah, we haven't fell for one of those rabbit holes, the promotion rabbit holes. We're trying to, create enough royalties where we could make a big splash. We have not paid ourselves $1. We keep on reinvesting it as in giveaways, sweeping the floor so we could give away more butts. We have another cool giveaway happening. We have the in real life event happening.
Yeah, so let's talk about kind of the in real life event, and I want to talk about kind of future plans. So Dude Wipes, that's basically a partnership you did, kind of some brand awareness for you, brand awareness for Dude Wipes. So they get to play in the NFT space. That's not something that's going to be a permanent collaboration, from what I understand. That's just happening right now, or do you see yourselves working with Dude Wipes together for the lifespan of the project?
So we definitely do see ourselves working with Dude Wipes. So to get us off the ground, we both agreed it was best to, get this giveaway going, have it done, and it happened. I mean, we said, let's have this giveaway done in 2-3 weeks. And then from there, we create something really special where it could be a long-standing relationship where we have time to work on, and try to create a partnership where it's beneficial for both parties, beneficial to their community, for our community. But, we really just wanted to show that we're collabing, and doing this awesome giveaway was the quickest, fastest, best way to show that. And yeah, we are, we are in talks, and we're hopeful to get something going.
Cool. So there's some more interesting projects in the books potentially with the Dude Wipes.
Potentially, correct.
Cool. Well, we'll all keep an eye out on that. And then outside of Dude Wipes, what's in general the plan with Buttheads? Are there? I think you mentioned before there's going to be maybe some other collaborations with other brands in the CPG space potentially. Is that still the plan?
Correct. Yeah. So so the ownership group is a bunch of businessmen from New York City. So we have a lot of connections. We're a group full of entrepreneurs, full of marketing geniuses, full of people in real estate. I mean, all different backgrounds. So we're just trying to all use our resources from our primary jobs to come together and try to, have a significant value add that is different from the rest of the other NFT projects. We did scrap the shit token because we're not in the business of doing illegal things, and it's a bit hairy getting into the whole token side.
Yep.
So we're doing crazy events, in real life events, which we're planning to announce tonight. We're doing a Laugh Your Ass Off event, which is something we want to do semi-annually. That's going to be in the beginning of March, probably the second week of March. That's going to be a bar comedy show with surprise guests and an after party. and it's going to be awesome. It's exclusive to Butthead
And
holders.
that's going to be in New York City.
That's going to be in New York City, yep. And
Cool.
then hopefully come NFT NYC in the late of June, we're going to have an insane party. So that's the in real life side of things. We also plan to do some merch. We also plan to do a collaboration with another company to release merch, kind of like what the Atom Bombs are planning on doing. And we're trying to find the right brands that correlate with Buttheads and that have similar type of branding and marketing, to try to work with them just like the way we work with Dude Wipes, to make it a happy, long-standing business relationship. And listen, it may take some time, but like I said, and I keep on wanting to repeat myself. We acquired this company within one day. So we're kind of rebuilding this company, and it's only been 1 month, which feels like 1,000 years in NFT world.
Things move quick here.
Things move quick, and we're building it brick by brick. We're creating that roadmap. We're trying to find different avenues to be different, and we're trying to break through that wall to get to 0.1. And we could look back on this podcast, and we could have been very successful doing it, or we could have failed. But
based on what I'm hearing, I think you guys are definitely moving in the right direction, but you're not going down the cheap money routes and trying to just gain BS followers. It seems like you're partnering with very much real brands. Dude Wipes is a multi-million-dollar company that's very much legit. Shark Tank has a huge store presence. You're working on events in real life. So it seems like you are working on, at least from my perspective, in the right direction.
And we're not in the business of overhyping. We could promise so many things now, and try to drive up that that floor price, but that's not what we're about. We're building slow, brick by brick, and to show the community that, you know what, it may take some time, but there is progress and there's real milestones that are being hit.
So in terms of the event that you said is happening in New York, do you know where the current Buttheads community kind of is split across the U.S.? Is there a big presence in New York? Are you just hoping that they'll come to New York? What's the thinking there?
Yes, so we're actually going to do an insane giveaway as well, which is going to be announced the last week of February. We're going to do a giveaway for travel and accommodations to our event for anyone.
Awesome!
Anyone who does not live in New York. And to answer your question, we're gonna see. Once we announce this giveaway, we're gonna see where people live, where the reaction is. Can people make it? Is there people in the tri-state area? And that's the best way to really gain traction on if we can get that following in the New York area. But either way, the event is happening, and the event's going to be insane, and we plan to blow it out.
Awesome. I'll definitely be there, so I'm looking forward to it. And then I just want to end up talking a little about utility. When you bought the project, there wasn't really much utility behind it. It seems like right now, at least the event is definitely one source or example of utility that you're going to provide holders, real life comedy, events, networking, etc. What other forms of utility are you thinking about that at all right now, or kind of what's the thinking there?
Sure. So we are actually looking into NFT worlds, to acquire an NFT world. It's funny, we were about to acquire it 2 weeks ago, and it didn't end up happening right before the Dude Wipes giveaway, and the floor doubled. But we are planning on creating a butt world, which we planned on announcing late March.
And what's a butt world would be basically? It's in the metaverse hangout kind of spot?
Yeah, correct. So it'll be a community-driven type of hangout in the metaverse within our NFT world. And then we actually spoke to NFT world developers, great people. And then, throughout time, we're going to convert Butt World to actually a multiplayer game within our NFT world. That's one side of things. And then, listen, we don't want to oversaturate the Butthead community and airdrop Buttheads to everyone at this point in time, because we need that demand rather than oversupplying the ecosystem. So once we break that wall, the opportunities are endless. We have awesome things in mind, airdrops, collaborating with other P2E games. We're a community that's very bullish on BYO pills. We all minted BYO pills, so we're very friendly with the owners over there. Um, and yeah, I mean, like I said, we've been in this since February. All of us, most of us own apes, punks, and we've all developed in real life partnerships, networking connections, metaverse in real life partnerships connections, and we plan to use those resources. And we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it slow, and we're not gonna overhype, and we're gonna make it happen. So
Well, it's
that's
interesting seeing that gaming is kind of definitely one of the avenues you guys are looking at,
but
and also that you're.
but
Yep.
realistic gaming. We're not. I'm not gonna say we're gonna go build out our own gaming platform and have tokens, and because that's not something we don't want to overhype it, but it is in our cards. If we do pass certain milestones, we do plan, but NFT Worlds is on top of our list. But World is definitely going to happen, and we are going to, yeah, try to convert our NFT World from But World to a competitive multiplayer gaming aspect. But it
Is
has
there currently a roadmap that's public in terms of what Butthead's planning to do, or right now is it still kind of tentative? You guys are just
it's all
in the planning stages.
we're still in the planning stages. We just want to be realistic with ourselves. To be honest with
Cool.
you, we could send out a butt map, which is what we call it, but we don't want to put things that we're not going to be able to achieve. Um, and yeah, we're doing it.
I think people are going to value that transparency and that you guys are honest about it, and that hey, it looks like you guys are people who have been involved in the space for at least a year pretty heavily, and B, you're going to be working to actually bring them some sort of value, not just rug pull or get a bunch of money out of them and screw people over. So I think, at least from my point of view, it's it's good to see, and we never know what the future is going to hold, but it doesn't seem like you're here to scam anyone.
No way, not happening. We're gonna build it, and we all have heavily belief it's gonna be successful, and we're gonna need the community's help. So let's do it.
Love to see it. And then I just want to end with one question. So I saw that on OpenSea when I'm looking at Buttheads. I mean, obviously every project now is copycats, but there were several different Buttheads. And so, for example, I saw like CryptoPunk Buttheads. Are those projects that are like not at all associated with you guys? Is that like side projects that you tried to launch? What's the deal with all of those?
That's totally separate, not associated with
Un-
Buttheads.
Unrelated. Okay. So the
Right.
only one right now, there's the Buttheads, there's the main one, and then I saw that you guys have on OpenSea also there's the honorary Buttheads, which is a collection of around 18, I think, special Buttheads, which are separate than the 8,888 general Butthead collection. So what's the plan with those Buttheads? Is that something that you're giving away to people for collaborations, giveaways? Special reserve? What's the plan there?
Sure. So there's two honorary collections. The honorary collection number one is from the previous ownership. They gave it away to their VIPs, to their partnerships, to their special holders, and that still should remain valuable. We
Mm-hmm.
created an honorary collection 2.0, which, as you can see right now, is Sean O'Reilly, Mark Cuban, and the Dude Wipes community. And pretty much, those are our VIPs. Those are people that we're collaborating with. Those, we're really going to try to make that as exclusive as possible and go from there. And
Mark Cuban also has one.
Mark Cuban does have one. Yes, we try to reach
Cool.
him organically. He could have seen it. He could have not. We don't know for sure, but we made him an awesome butthead.
Cool. So you just sent it to him, and you're hoping he kind of interacts
Correct.
that way.
Correct.
Cool. Well, I mean, he'd be a good name to have on board too. But it seems like Sean Riley's killing it for you guys already with Dude Wipes, and I'm excited to see how that collaboration works out. So overall, I want to say thank you, Mr. Butt Daddy, for coming on and talking to me about Buttheads, your collaboration with Dude Wipes, and the future plans. I think it's a super neat project. I'm always interested in projects in the CPG / NFT space when they're bringing those two worlds together, which seems what you guys are doing. And I'm excited to see what happens with the event and future plans.
Awesome. WGMI. It's going to happen.
WGMI. Let's go. Cool, man. Well, thanks for coming on, and we'll talk soon. Maybe we'll have you on in a few months or something, maybe in a month or two after those events, and we'll see what's going on. I'm sure everything's going to be changing really quickly. So
awesome.
It's going to be cool to see you. Thank you, man. You're still here? Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. Hopefully you enjoyed. Leave a like, comment, please subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace!